Right, ladies and gentlemen, it's a very dark, snowy day in London today, so I'm having to film this by artificial light. This is a scarce 1883 book called Netherloch Aber, The Natural History, Legends and Folklore of the West Highlands. So it's a nice, very specific topographical item published in the 1880s, scarce, as you'll see later on. It's in its original blind, stamped and gilt binding. The spine has damage there, sort of rather chewed up at the top, or a little chewed up at the top. The binding is slightly tilted, but the text block is sound, and the contents, the hinge there is a bit ragged, but the contents are absolutely fine, clean and fairly sort of bright and not foxed, and nice contents. And there's a wide-ranging, there we are, the tone is set by this dramatic picture here of a hare being killed by a weasel there, but it's not all nature, it's also about folk art. It's about all sorts of things. Rheumatism prevented, folklore, the harvest moon, fairy rings, turtle doves, otter hunting, storm warning, strange cattle, carrier pigeons, rare fish, weasel attacks, more fishing, a contest between a heron and an eel, birds in general, Sir David Brewster, whoever he was, wild birds, and each, I'm just giving the headings at the top of the pages there. Each chapter has a detailed list of contents there, jellyfish, all sorts of things. Here's a typical chapter heading: whelks and periwinkles, oceanic reading, the seashore after a storm, the rejecter mentor of the deep, I presume that means things thrown up after a storm, an amusing story of a shore searcher, the severity of winter, wild birds, levee, woodcock, snipe and blue jays. It's just about everything about nature, how to enjoy a nut. There was a chapter there, a section there. So it's nature in the West Highlands, little poetical snippets, folklore, stories, and it's a scarce book. On the 140 million volume Abe Books antiquarian book site at the moment, there is one single copy for sale, and it is priced at exactly £50. Okay, so my starting price is rather less than that for this rather fascinating and in-depth study of wildlife, folklore, and nature in the West Highlands. Thanks very much indeed. Bye.